I want to talk about a prayer that was answered this past week with our FCA camp. So I'm going to invite Scott Puttifat and guests to come forward. Yeah. If you have been dialed in throughout the summer, you know that there's a mini camp for FCA, for student athletes in our area, where folks from Advent can be the hands and feet of Jesus to provide a place for practice, but also for spiritual enrichment. And Scott leads the charge on that. So, Scott, why don't you just tell us a little bit about what went on and some of the success and praises from the camp this year?
Well, we got up early, we ate a lot, and we got hot. Now, doesn't that sum it up? It was a phenomenal FCA camp. We learned about the Lord. We learned about team, and we learned about each other. I just want to say thank you so much for all the volunteers that were here and helped. If you volunteered in any way, would you please stand up? Anyway. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't imagine doing this without this church. This church they love on each other. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. But there's two people that I want to thank. Without these two, I could not have done it. Dan Eubanks, he and Aaron, they endured the team from sunup to sundown, slept with them, and then again sunup to sundown. So without these two, I couldn't have done this. They stayed. I know you got tired of hearing, hey, Aaron, because something else was going to happen. So thank you very much for everything that you've done, and everybody that did anything and everything. I'd like to have the coaches come up and introduce themselves and tell them how long you've been with Middle College and maybe one experience from FCA that you'll take with you. So, Coach, you want to start?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Coach Staples. I'm the head coach of Middle College High School. Actually, this is our first year as a coaching staff together at Middle College High School. So since our first day, I always said something special is happening at Middle College. That's my saying. We have Scott has come along, the FCA family, Advent family. We appreciate your hospitality and all you've done for the team and as a coaching staff.
My name is Coach Bolden. This is not my first time being introduced to the FCA. I'm from Florida originally, and I know so much about the FCA, but I've never had the experience of what Scott and his team has put together in terms of football and implementing Jesus Christ to the life of these young men. So I'm very appreciative of this event. Like Coach said, this is my first season. It's my first season coaching high school football. So it was quite a good experience for me. I'm very thankful for you guys having us today, welcoming us into your family.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Coach Crouch. Again, my first year, well, all of our first years. I'm also from out of state. I'm from Texas. I participated in FCA, but I never got to go to a camp. Camp was just football practice at school. It was never a time to fellowship. And being that this is our first year, I think it was so imperative to be able to talk to the kids on a different level at a time when you wouldn't get to. You'd be at home, they'd be at home. I got to sit down and get to talk to our kids, and that's where you grow as a team. And football is just an avenue. It's just an avenue to get them to be better men, to get them on to the next step. And the FCA really takes that to a whole new level. And so we really appreciate Advent and Scott and my cappuccino maker right here who kept us going when we weren't getting a lot of sleep. The kids didn't believe in sleeping the first night. They paid for it. The second night, they slept a little better. But coaches didn't sleep too much. So it was really a blessing. And, you know, we have wives and we have kids and we have families that we had to miss out on, as well as Scott and the rest of the volunteers. And it was really a blessing to do it in this avenue. If you're going to take a time away from your family and put it into the community, the family side of community, there was no better junction than here, and to do it in that form. So we're very appreciative.
Thank you, thank you.